We heard your request loud and clear. We've been wanting to review this movie forever now, so now we're gonna bring it to you. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
It's here, baby.
Welcome, guys. We are the Dudes of Cinema. I'm Cody.
And I'm Scott.
Today, we're going to be reviewing Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. Just so you guys know, this review is going to be filled with spoilers. Because the movie has been out for
6 months now.
Fucking ever now.
Ultimate Edition has only been out for like
the same fucking amount of time. Fucking ever now. But anyway, you know,
that's a good point.
Shit happens. We're here to review it. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to go over things we like, things we didn't like. We're going to give you guys our overall score. So, Scott, what did you like about this fucking awesome movie?
Everything. I'm just kidding. As you guys do know, we do like DC.
Yeah.
We love DC. And I do love Marvel. Don't get me wrong.
I do love this movie. But this is going to be a level-headed review. This is we're not going to fanboy out too hard.
Now,
it's not a perfect
what I
movie.
liked, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
/ Batfleck.
Need me say more.
Batman. He was the greatest part of this movie.
Yeah, need me say more.
We don't really need to say more, but I will. It's very hard to follow up Nolan and fucking Christian Bale's Batman. That's gonna be hard to follow up. People don't like Ben Affleck's Batman because he kills people. Fuck you!
Yeah, honestly, like, people need to get over that. Like, he's killed in the comics. Honestly, those people were trying to kill him too. They were thugs. It's not like, you know what I mean? He wasn't like killing innocent people. And honestly, they even addressed many times in the movie that he is the way he is, like that he has changed. Like that was the point of Alfred's entire speech of like, that's what turns good men cruel. Like that was the entire point of that, because yeah, Batman has changed, and you could even see that because in the beginning of the film, in the Metropolis sequence, like he was Bruce Wayne. He was running into the danger. He helped save that girl. He helped save Wally. This event did push him over the edge. You know, Batman's human. He's not perfect, and they even said that his behavior is going to be addressed in Justice League. So, like, you can see that they're building off of that.
Schneider's directing in this film was honestly, it's some of his best work because it went into post-editing for 3 years.
No, 2 years.
2 years.
For 2 years, yeah. Okay, that's still a long time.
But the whole process to make this film took a whole 3 years.
Yeah, it did.
That's a fucking commitment. And the fact that people bash this, I kind of feel bad for Schneider in a sense.
I do.
Schneider is a fucking talented guy, and he just gets bashed by critics it's like people enjoy bashing his films.
I agree.
And like, we both love Schneider as a director. I'll admit, sometimes his storytelling isn't the best. You know, but that's why especially for this movie, he brought in Chris Terrio.
Yeah, he
or
did.
Ben Affleck technically brought in, but that's technically why Zack Schneider probably wanted to get Ben Affleck. They just knew that they would work as a great team.
And Schneider had a vision for Batman, and he even said Ben Affleck said that he called him saying that he perfectly fit that vision for Batman. Yeah, but you're totally right. Like Zach, you nailed it, dude. Schneider is a very talented director, and you could really tell he put a lot into this movie. He spent a lot of time on like the most minute details, even like on the suits and everything. His visuals are spectacular. They're amazing.
He cares about the universe.
He does, exactly,
because he knows that they have to compete with the most profitable movie company ever in the past 10 years.
Yeah, Marvel.
They have to compete with them because whenever someone says DC, they think of Marvel. Whenever someone says Marvel, they think of DC.
Yeah, they do compare. Like that's the one thing that annoys me about a lot of people is that they spend so much time comparing Marvel and DC, and it's like DC doesn't need to follow the same structure Marvel does. We both love Marvel and DC. Like honestly, like I know that this movie, the Batman v Superman, is not perfect. Like it has its flaws, but like this movie just got ripped apart for them, and like it doesn't deserve that. Like I feel bad.
I know it's not perfect, trust me, but
especially the crap, the shitty theatrical cut that they released. You know, like we actually enjoyed that until we saw the Ultimate Edition, and then I felt so bad for Snyder because that's the movie we were supposed to see. I mean, like him and Terry, you could really tell Terrio's dialogue shined in this movie. Like you could really tell, like that stuck out. Characters too, like the characters like were
there's
good.
a lot of them in this movie, but there's a lot of them in this movie.
There are a lot of characters.
He had to, in a sense, do the same thing that Civil War did in the same summer. Juggle a lot of characters, which I thought he did it well, but I mean, he didn't even have to juggle as many characters that fucking Civil War did.
Yeah, no.
So it was kind of just like maybe a practice for Justice League to come. And if it is, then I think as far as juggling characters and storytelling regarding, you know, Wonder Woman, even Jesse Eisenberg's going to be in Justice League.
Yeah,
that's confirmed, right?
I think he is.
They're going to have Aquaman now. Cyborg, The Flash. You're going to have a lot of characters with a lot of different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And we're really going to get a chance to see Snyder's, really his directing talent. I really hope that Terry, I don't know who's writing this with him.
Terry's writing.
Yeah,
I'm sure Terrio, Affleck, and Snyder are
all going to be
like working with
involved in Justice League.
Terrio is like the main writer, which is what I'm excited about because he has like his own canvas with this movie. He doesn't have to like touch up a script that Goyer wrote. You know, and I'm not saying that Goyer's a bad writer because he wrote the Dark Knight trilogy. You know, he was one of the writers on the Dark Knight movie. So like,
I do like Goyer, but I don't really like Goyer. Especially in Man of Steel, I was like trust me, there's a couple parts in Man of Steel where I was like, I feel like Goyer wrote this.
Yeah, I agree, but I do agree. But
yeah.
I mean, you can really tell that like Terrio stepped in with the dialogue because the dialogue is taken up a notch. And another big point of contention is Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg. He's like probably one of the most controversial parts of this entire movie. I mean, like
not even his character as being the main villain, but like
just him as Lex Luthor
being likable as a whole.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I don't mind it. Me and Scott, like we personally love like where they're taking this universe. It doesn't have to follow the comics beat for beat. Like let them homage it. You know, make these universes your own in a way, but still stick to those characters.
And it's like
who they are at their core.
This movie even took a lot of stuff from the comic book universe already, and it's like the fact that like they're mad that they didn't do this certain thing right, and they took it in a different direction, and they're bashing them for it. It's just unfair.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like Terrio wrote Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor really well. Like he was a really complex and well-rounded character. I mean, yeah, like the way he was like kind of fidgety and, you know, kind of like that wasn't like a typical Lex Luthor, but like Lex Luthor in the older comics, he really was like that mad scientist and he had red hair. So like that did take inspiration from the comics, and I think Jesse Eisenberg brought a really new interesting twist to Lex. Yeah. And I think that like as time goes on, you'll see him become the Lex that we know. You know, but like this was kind of like a birth of Lex Luthor, and like he didn't really have a problem with Superman, you know, he had a problem with God, and like just that whole idea, like that whole concept with Lex, like that whole arc with him and like the history of his father, I just thought that was really well done because Lex was really evil.
It was, and like a lot of his storytelling regarding him, like when he was at like the dinner thing for his event.
Oh yeah, his event
he
party.
Gave his speech. That was the one part where I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
He.
That was really weird. It was really it's the one where interesting, and that was one of the parts where we get introduced kind of to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, to Wonder Woman.
And
that
Wonder
was a
Woman,
great scene,
that not even the scene, but
Gal Gadot.
And she kicks ass.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Whew.
She steals the show. I mean,
like,
even in the action,
she's in the action sequence for like 15 minutes, and it is just the shit goes down.
Yeah, and that's good thing you bring that up because the action sequences in this movie are fucking great. You know, Snyder, he's always going to bring
brings it, and especially
great
since
action.
He has now Wonder Woman to work with and her godlike powers. He already has Superman to work with, and Batman. You can, you can
really utilize that.
You can utilize the camera angles because you're going to have to do some crazy, spectacular things with Superman and Wonder Woman, you know,
and
you have to show them off.
Yeah, in that Doomsday battle, and that's
they
exactly
did.
what
Like,
they did.
Dude, my favorite part was fucking at the end. I'm fanboying out right here. Like when fucking Wonder Woman, she was fucking that little smirk.
Yeah.
Ooh,
or when Superman and Doomsday like
fucking
blasted with their heat vision together. Ooh, that was great. But what I loved is that Zack Snyder also had Batman, who is a human, so he could still keep that human connection. With his fights, they were so brutal and awesome. I just loved it, and like that whole warehouse fight was just so amazing.
The warehouse fight was really
so good, and like the Ultimate Edition was honestly really good. Like a lot of people are calling it the Plot Edition, and like I could see why, because like some of the stuff that they decided to cut out blew my mind. Like the stuff with Clark Kent and like all that stuff, and just the stuff about the wheelchair being lined with legs, so you couldn't see. Like, why would you cut that?
And one of the things that I'm really glad that they didn't cut out was the Martha scene.
Yeah, the Martha scene.
And everyone knows what the Martha scene is just by knowing it. It was their way of, it was Snyder's and Terrio's way, I guess, of
bringing Batman.
Because you know at some point in this movie, they were going to become friends, and you were curious. You know, they could have taken it in a few different ways in terms of, you know, bringing them as friends, because I know it's depicted in the comics a few different ways.
And like I honestly thought it was well done.
It was awesome.
I mean, like the fact that it was like the fact that they have that connection is honestly really cool, and like it was a true
honestly, I didn't even know it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, me neither.
Until it got pointed out in the movie, I was like, no fucking shit, that's so right.
It was a truly emotional moment, and like if you guys watch CinemaWin's video, like that account's awesome. I'm gonna give that account a shout out because it's really good. He brings up a really valid point of the Martha scene, and like so go watch that because
CinemaWins, you know, link in the description.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description to that video because it's really good.
Yeah. In terms of pros, the last thing we're gonna get to was honestly the Justice League Easter eggs.
Yeah,
the Easter eggs were all pretty cool. The first one we saw was the Flash with the milkman.
I loved
Milk.
it. Yeah, and
That
then
was
the nightmare
fucking
sequence,
sick.
and then the nightmare sequence.
The nightmare sequence and the cameos. We'll talk about the cameos first. The one that was kind of weird was Aquaman's. You know,
I wish his was more because they advertised that
the
picture
camera.
of him and everything and toys.
I
and
wish,
everything.
yeah, no, I wish,
So I wish
his
his cameo was a little more, but Cyborg's was terrifying. It was cool.
Yeah,
that one was awesome.
His
Wonder
was the
Woman's
coolest
picture
part.
was pretty cool too. But yeah, like the nightmare sequence, like because Flash's cameo, he's also a part of that too. That scene is honestly really cool. I understand why people say, oh, it doesn't fit in the story, blah blah blah. But like honestly, like it was just a foreshadow of what's to come. You know, what could come.
You know for a fact.
And it's a shout out to the fans.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure they're gonna fucking explain it.
Yeah, they'll explain it. They will explain it. Like they have movies to do that. They have time to explain that in their movies. That was just that one long take of that action sequence was so well done.
The whole nightmare sequence was
brilliant.
done.
It was
Up
awesome.
until like you see Flash and like he warns Bruce.
That was so
that whole
cool.
sequence was done very well.
When at that part the crowd cheered when we first saw it. When Wonder Woman showed up at the Doomsday fight, everybody was cheering. But like we said, like this isn't a perfect movie. It does have some flaws. You know what I mean? Like in our opinion, like the fight between Batman and Superman, I think it could have been a lot better. Like I think it could have been
better, and it could have been
better.
a lot longer. The title of the movie is called Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
like
that fight should have been a lot longer. You could have even had that as like the climactic fight in the movie.
Yeah, like why not?
Doomsday, I understand why Doomsday was there. You needed to show off all the hero skills and like the Trinity fight.
No, I get that.
And the fight was fucking sweet. It was awesome.
And
the death of Superman was so emotional. It had this guy shedding tears. It was a powerful moment.
I cried. I shed a tear just because it caught me so off guard.
So good.
Because I didn't think they were gonna do that, man.
And the score by Hans Zimmer,
That's
Junkie
just-
XL, is so awesomely executed in those scenes. Like the score really hits so powerful, especially with Superman's death. That scene was really well done.
All the music,
the Day of the Dead
music,
sequence, like that part was awesome.
The music everywhere.
Oh,
like,
so
just
good.
go listen.
That's what sets
the
DC up there is their music. It's so amazing.
Because Zack Snyder has a good connection with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, and like,
so it's very good.
I'm so sad he's not doing superhero movies anymore.
But like on the terms of cons, while we're still on that, just the theatrical version in general.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad that Snyder got this film not necessarily wholly taken away from him, but a lot of the key points that us as fans, he got a lot of fan service in there as it is.
Yeah, and he did a lot of things right, to be honest. Like the Batman was so awesome that he was different. He was brutal. He's older, much more rugged, and like now,
why people didn't like it.
Yeah, and now he's inspired by Superman's selfless act. So we're gonna see the Batman we know and
the
love.
Whole ending,
his arc,
the whole ending of fucking
Batman
Superman, how they like set up Justice League,
scene and everything.
How they set it up, even in the Ultimate version, how it was kind of cool. How like.
Yeah.
Superman's old friend, or like the guy he saved on the bus, was like, "Oh, he said it was paid for." She was like, "By whom?" And then you just see Batman just chilling.
Oh yeah, that it implied that it was paid by him.
Pretty sick.
It was honestly, it was really good. I mean, like I said, it wasn't perfect. The Doomsday fight didn't necessarily need to be there. The fight between Batman and Superman should have been way longer, and I think it could have been choreographed a lot better. There could have been a lot more things.
And I know it's kind of small, but like not kind of, but like I kind of wish like Superman was in the movie, Clark Kent was in the movie, but I just wish he was just in it more, and I wish he talked a little more.
Yeah, that's true. More dialogue.
I'm glad that in the extended cut, in the extended one, he had more to do with
like
when he went to Gotham and shit.
That was good.
That was cool to see. So that kind of took that gripe away.
Yeah.
But like in terms of the theatrical version, they didn't have that in there. So it's like Superman didn't have much to do.
Yeah, and Amy Adams, I feel like was just kind of like a plot device at the end. Like
fucking damsel in distress all the time.
She's there to end the fight.
That's why we'll see in Justice League.
She really didn't need to be there.
In Justice League, we're probably not going to see that this time.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool to see.
Yeah, but overall, we really fucking love this movie. Honestly, it's a great movie. Like, we're just really happy to be alive.
All the bashing by critics is so undeserved.
I know. It really does not deserve the score that it has. Every movie has flaws, and this movie gets torn apart for them. It really makes no sense. Like,
the fact that it's actually lower than Man of Steel, actually, like...
I know, that's
not that it's worse than, like, or better than Man of Steel, just the fact that both of those got...
Hurts my soul.
It really does.
It hurts, man. Like, because I love these characters.
I'm not even fanboying.
Yeah, like we love these characters, and like we're living in a time where we get to see like these kinds of movies.
And
like,
these movies are like art. Like they're like
they are. It's art.
These movies, especially DC movies. The way that they're like depicting these characters, it's like way different from Marvel, and I respect the fuck out of it.
They set themselves apart. Like they're very different, and like I respect the route that they're taking, and I like the stuff that they're doing. No movie's perfect.
Like if you think about it, they wouldn't. No one would respect them if they went the same route as Marvel.
Yeah, they would just be.
Then they would call them a copycat.
Yeah, they'd say they're unoriginal. So
and now they're hating it the way that they are doing it. So what the fuck? Might as well do it the way you want to do it then.
Yep, it's like a lose-lose.
Fuck.
I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10.
I'm at a 9 out of 10 as well.
Yep. Like
Honestly.
we just love this movie. Like, go watch it if you haven't watched it.
saw it.
Like, what are you doing? Go watch it.
We saw it 4 days early. Like, we got the whole access for it and everything.
That was
That's
so
how
amazing.
committed we were.
That day was awesome.
It was.
But yeah, guys, let us know what you guys thought of it down in the comment section below. Throw us a like and subscribe. With that, we are the Dudes of Cinema.